What's up people, Manor here, coming to you with a video. This time we are going to be unboxing a lifetime compost tumbler. This one is a 80-gallon capacity. It has double black double walled panels, latch. It does rotate and sits on galvanized steel things or supports, and it has a 5-year warranty. So let's get started. And really quick, this is the UPC code of the item, and this is made in China. And the dimensions of these things are, it's 41 inch tall, 39 wide and 35 deep, so make sure that you have that much space. And this is the model number information. The model number is 60058, and the key feature of this thing are large chamber tumbler compost, and it has good use of it. I just cut the plastic sides off it. I'm going to straighten it and then we're going to unbox. So this is what all is included: 3 panels, 2 side panels, the legs and the pieces, and they also have the instruction manual and the DVD. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the instruction manual to see what is all there. The DVD that they have, unfortunately, is only for how to compost. For some odd reason, people were saying it was not well drafted. By the looks of it, it is. And it has the contact information for customer service. And it's saying it's required 2 people. You do need basic tools: 19mm socket, 11mm socket, a drill bit, a wrench, a mallet, screwdriver, and safety glasses as always, because remember, safety is #1 priority. Alright, the step 1 that they are saying, using a drill bit and some screws, you need to assemble this. Basically, you're going to be using the screws, which is the BH4 number screws. You're going to be basically assembling the stand first. The arrows are going to be facing inwards, of course. What they want you to do is, this thing needs to be facing inwards, and then you need to connect it. So I'm going to remove these things, the cover thing, and start the assembly. Unfortunately, the metal bits already have pre-drilled holes, so it's easy. All you need to do is line them up and tighten the screws. And just a quick bit of information: the drill bit that you need, it is included. So thumbs up from me, because they were pretty cognitive of that, and they did provide it. And the bits are labeled right here, like AWG, BHK, the washers, of course, you can figure that out. The drill bit. First thing first, I did put the A-frame thing into the U-shaped legs that are there, so that's done. And just a quick note, these self-tapping screws, the small ones, the 4 of them are going to be in this bag. So while it has the name or the number listed, if you don't find them, don't get frustrated. Just look for the small bag with a spring, they will have it. So I'm going to get a drill and I'm going to put these on those 4 spots. And what I will highly recommend is put the base down like this, that way you can drill through, and it's going to be a lot easier. Alright, the 2 sides are done. I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do the other side too. Alright, that part is done, and the power drill does come in handy, and now we're going to set it straight up. Alright, that's done. We are now going to be going to the next page, which is page 10. Oddly enough, just to put this together, they spent 9 pages, but it's good. I'm glad that they are being detailed. Alright, next one, we have to get the L-shaped thing and the spring thing, and we need to weave that through. And apparently this is going to be on the right side, and the pin doesn't come out, so don't try to pull that out. And the way that you get this thing is right here, and just rotate it, move it around, and it goes right through. There are 3 holes over here, and we need to go for the right hand side. Go from the top like this, feed it through. So this is right now free hanging. Once that's done, we need to get the A-shape bracket, and we need to feed this through. Basically we're going to be getting this done, and we're going to be using these bolts. So again, this thing goes through the top, and the screw is going to be going through it. And it's also worth pointing out that the screw is countersink kind of a thing, as you can see. So it has a washer thing. This is going to be going inside, this is going to be on the outside. And right now I'm only hand tightening it, and again this is only to have this locking mechanism in place, and it's only on one side, so you cannot mess that up. But they do give you 2 plates and 2 screws. We're going to do the other side too. Again, this is on the right side, this one is going to be on the left side and facing outwards. So the open part is going to be facing outward, and it's not going to be going too far out. While this is not a sponsored video, shout outs to AutoZone, because they do have really good cheap products that do get the job done. So now that these screws are in, I'm going to be hand tightening them. And if that doesn't work, you can always use the IKEA fixer thing, the pliers. They can also get the job done. And it's really important not to take off the black plastic cover that is on top. Leave that on as is, because they're stating that in the manual. So we are already on page 11. The process is fairly easy. So going to the next step. Alright, this is part 2. Looks intimidating, but it really is not. All they're showing is paperwork of all the different tools that we're going to be using and items that we're going to be using. Apparently we're going to be installing the face cover and the pipes, and they're showing the tools that you need. Alright, now looking at this, we need to get the bottom base, and only on 2 of them, not on 3. All the plastic bases that are there, or the inside covers that are there, they look exactly the same. Only on 2 we need to screw in. Alright, now we need to screw in the holes, or drill some holes in these plastic bases. All of them are exactly identical. All of them have the same exact look. So only have 2 of them. The other one, just so that you don't mess it up, just put it back in the box on the side. So I got the 2 here. This one I'm going to put on the side. And fortunately they do have the drill bit already provided. That's the one that we need to use. And the holes that we're going to be drilling is in these 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 on each side. So 10 on one panel, 10 on the other. And what I'm doing is I'm using the frame to support it, and using the drill bit that was provided, I'm going to just drill the holes. And one side is done. Time to do the other. Alright, other side is done too. Just using the weight of the drill didn't take me no more than 2 minutes for both panels. So let's go to the next step. So I'm going to take this part is done. The next step is to connect the metallic plate onto either side, and we also need to drill the holes on one side. So the top part, the one that says lifetime, we're going to leave that as is. Only on the bottom side we're going to be drilling the holes. Apparently we need to drill on all the sides. And as you can see, this thing does have lifetimer on it. You cannot mess that up because there are no points to drill the hole. Only on the side panel are there points that you need to drill the holes, and we're going to be using the same drill. And I'm going to put this on side and drill the holes. Alright, the holes have been drilled. Again, very easy process. Going to continue with the same side too, or I'm going to continue with the other side too. Alright, the holes are done. Now we need to take the 2 metallic plates that came in this, one on one side, one on the other. So do not discard it. It is important, and we're going to connect this. So very carefully, while the edges are not sharp, just be careful, because remember, safety is #1 priority. And we're going to get the containers open. and we're going to be, and again, good job, they already pre-drilled all the holes, and we're going to be connecting this to this part right here. And considering this is this has a edge that is a little bit on top, that's going to go right on top of this. So the one with the warning label is going to go on top, and the plastic piece, which is right here, is going to be just sticking right through. And same with the other side. The plastic piece right here, basically the round nub thing, is going to be sticking right through the hole, and this part, which is the raised part, is going to be going over here. So boom. And to connect this, we're going to be using these screws, the one that says BIR. It already has the washer over there, and these small washers, these are the one which are BHO. So these small washers with these screws are going to be connecting this, and we're going to be using 3 of these and 3 of these. And the way that you want to assemble is, the screw is going to be going on the top, the washer and the other bolt is going to be going from the bottom, and the area we're going to be connecting is going to be right here. And again, because this countersinks, you don't need to hold this, all you need to worry about is tightening this part. So that sinks right in. You rotate that, drop the washer in, Note initially it might seem like they're going to be loose, but using just a plier or a socket, if you have it, you can tighten it so it's completely secured. Alright, in the next step we have to take these nuts and bolts, and the big ones, the giant big ones, which are right here. This one has the thing, the center round piece, so we need to take one of the big washers from the top, and also the small washer which was on the same spot, and the metallic piece which was already there. We need to put this, so this is going to be going one side, and we need to install some of this grease, and the black part which was the other side is going to be going with the other small washer along with the screw, which was the black washer right here, and the screw which was on that side. So now we need to put this into the case, and again we need to squirt some of this on this part right here, that way it's a little bit more greasy, I guess. And really important, the sequence. This thing is going to be on the outside of the tumbler thing. This is going to be in between. The black part is going to be in between, and that's on the very end. Alright, step 1, get your tumbler ready, or the side walls ready. Now take the silicone based grease and put it on the side of this. Now I'm going to be putting this inside the central hole and passing it through the main hole right here. You're looking at is something like this. So as you can see, this is right here. And now we're going to be putting this washer thing, and then we're going to be passing this through and connecting this on the outside. And I've kept it loose for a reason. That way you can see the beaded part of the bolt is going to be on top, with a washer right here, the black washer right here, and on the inside, which is right here, is going to be the other washer. Alright, so I had to get these heavy duty cobalt clamp things, the plumber wrenches, to get that done, because the tools that I have are not big enough, I guess. The way that you want to tighten it, you want it to be loose enough, that way it has a little bit of sway in it, and it should be able to rotate freely. Reason why I'm actually saying that is, once you're tightening all the screws, it's going to self-level and it's going to be pushing down. And when you look at that, it does have the locking mechanism and it works. That's when you know you're doing it right. So now that this side is done, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now that this is done, now we need to install the pipe. The hole is already there. All you need to do is rotate and put the pipe through, just like this. And putting the pipe was fairly easy. All you have to do is rotate once, put the pipe in on one side, lock this side, and just rotate it. That way it made it a little easier to just put the pipe through. Once you do it, the pipe is going to be smacked up in the middle. Alright, now comes the fun part. We're going to be taking these screws and these blackhead things and connecting them in. The intention is that these black things will go right into the slots. We do need to unlock it, and let's get started. And basically we need to take these recessed parts and put them over there and then screw them through it. That is done. Now we're going to be putting in the brackets. Make sure not to screw this in first. Prior to screwing this in, we need to install these U-shaped brackets over here so it can latch it on. So that this is in, we're going to be putting in 2 screws here and 2 screws there. Now we're going to be assembling these latchets. They need to go like this because this is how it's going to open. So we're going to connect it on the bottom first, then we're going to open it and then connect it. And again, we're going to be using the screws, and we're going to be putting these black parts inside to secure them. Alright, the latch assembly has been installed, similar to the previous ones. The plastic knob thing, which is right here, goes over here, we pre-drill and send the screw through it. So as you can see, screw is here and the plastic thing is here. And the biggest benefit is that this does move, so it can come out completely if you need to empty the composter. Now the only thing we need to do is install the top part so the latch can go on. Alright, we are at the final step now. We need to connect the latch. This is how it's going to go. 2 screws on the top, this on the bottom. I'm going to unscrew it. So this thing has 1 hole which is going to go right here, and then this is going to be going right like this. So to make sure that it is at the best possible spot, I'm going to drill the holes and then I'm going to connect it. And the final screws have been put in, and this is good to go. Overall, the construction seems to be solid, and even though it's actually kind of cool in Florida, about 60 degrees, inside it's about 80. So this black color does help, and as you can see, the lock is pretty tight. Initially it has a little bit of a gap, but once you close it in, it's completely good. And solid heavy duty plastic. The thing that I do like, it has holes on the side so oxygen can enter, and there are slight bit of gaps so the air can pass through. And the key feature that I love is to rotate it, it just spins. It just is that effortless. I mean, and the top side has a logo Lifetimer on it, and this is not a sponsored video. I bought this with my own money. I'm going to try it out. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys and gals on the next one. And I'll talk to you later, people.